Okay, so here we go with number 4. I've saved the most intensive card for last. All right, so the colors that I'm using: Rich Raspberry, Evening Evergreen, and Highland Heather. And as you can see, there are lots of tulips and lots of dimension on this card. This might be a card you want to hand deliver. All right, so I went ahead on this new card, and I've already done the layering. I know you know how to do that. So you've got the Rich Raspberry layered with the DSP on the Highland Heather. All right, there is a piece 2.5 by 6 that is meant for your envelope flap. The inside piece is a piece of white, and there is a die that just looks like a little, yeah, not sure what that's supposed to be, but it gives a little trellis effect. So I did that in the corner. And then you have this die, which is a field of tulips, and that is meant to glue down to the bottom. So let's just do that, and that'll be done. Here I'm gluing it right to the end of the cards, of the white cardstock. And I'm not gluing the flowers, I'm leaving them free. Trim that off. All right, so that's the inside. Let's get that in there. So that's done. Obviously, don't put glue under those little, that little cutout there. All right. So I've given you 2 strips of white for your greeting, and then I flagged the ends. So I don't need to do that now. And then all of the buds have been sponged, but you don't have to sponge them if you don't have the colors. All right. And I just went ahead and I cut one of everything in each color. And of these buds. All right. And so it's just a matter of, what do you feel like today? And do I want this? Now on some of these, I went ahead and used the bone folder. On some, I did glue dots. And on some, I did dimensionals. So I suggest just start. Do a flower, put it together, maybe do the next one a little differently than you did the first one. And then just make as many as you want, and then decide which ones you're going to use and which ones you're not going to use on your card. You can always use them on something else. All right, so there's my first one, and I'm going to put that in there. Okay, so there's number 1. There's number 2, and number 2 is just going to get one of these little buds. You can also mix and match if that's what you wish. You can decide to do the light and the dark. Come on. All right, so there's bud number 2. All right, so you just keep going until you've got them all done. And then what I did is I laid my stems out first. And you want some different heights so that when they come out at the bottom, they're not all even. All right. You don't have to worry about where the tops come together because you're not going to see the tops of the stems. You're only going to see the bottoms. And I've got one of the longer ones too. You could also put these down with glue dots if you prefer. Oops. All right. And then what I did is I didn't do the leaves yet. I start from the top and worked my way down. So here and then here. And what I did is I would glue the bottom, but then put a dimensional behind it. So the dimensional would go up here. And as I said, they don't have to meet the stem because you're not really caring about the stem at this point. Okay, so hold that down. And by putting glue only on the bottom and then the dimensional on the top, it gives it the appearance that it's popping out. All right. And then the next one, glue, dimensional. Let me do one of the lighter ones so that you can see that. Let's put him together. And this is just a little bud. And because this is cardstock, I don't have to worry about seeing the other side and if it's a different color or not. It's all the same. Also, by using glue, you have a little bit of wiggle time. Okay, hold that for a second so I can catch. Come on. And again, I haven't sponged these, but you definitely want to, if you can, give them a little bit of sponge. It'll just give it a little bit more life. So I'm putting glue at the bottom and dimensional towards the top. And then this one will stagger off so that this one okay, and then do another one of these. I know it's kind of hard to see these on the camera because they're so small. Hold that for a sec. And glue on the bottom. Dimensional on the top. I'm going to stick this one in back here. Okay, Now we can do the leaves. And the leaves are great for hiding any, I don't like the way that looks, or I wish I would have done that a little different. And I think I'm just going to find where that fits in and slide it in. And if it's too long, I'll just trim it off. And I've got a little bow out of white baker's twine. Roll up a glue dot. And then I'm going to put the greeting coming over this way. Okay. All right. So there is card number 4. And as I said, this one's a labor of love. So requires a little bit more patience and a little bit more time. But I hope you've enjoyed the product spotlight, and I really hope you enjoy using your new Tulips and Tulip DSP. Have a great day. Bye-bye.